Fellas, ladies, gentle...
Howdy. What's up, dudes?
Hi, Carl.
Hey, Carl.
Hello. Are you recording more long-winded narration?
I always thought it was a delicate blend of fun and educational storytelling.
Thank you so much. It's exactly what I'm going...
Oh, is that what you're hoping to achieve?
I mean, I'm still figuring out my style.
Yeah, you're realizing your goal of making stuff that reminds people of school. That's what people want. Stuff that reminds them of school.
He's still figuring out his style, Carl.
That's fair.
Carl, your conversational etiquette is really tough.
No, it's not.
Really rude, Carl.
Nope.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Really rude.
Nope.
Carl. 100% yes.
Not even.
It totally is, Carl.
No.
Carl. Here's the question that I have for you, and you gotta wait until I say go for at least 1 second, and then you can respond. Carl, why do you keep cutting people off when they're trying to talk with you? And go.
I just don't like silence. I find it awkward. Look, I'll prove it to you. Stare at each other for 5 seconds. Count in your head to 5. And just let me warn you, this is way outside my comfort zone.
Okay, go.
Oh, relief.
Wow, Carl, you're really onto something.
There was enough awkward in that silence to literally make a loaf of bread.
I knew you'd get it. Also, your metaphor was really hard to follow.
You're really getting through to me, Cutoff Carl.
Hasn't he changed Cutoff Carl?
I can see that.
What a revelation for me personally. I mean, Carl, buddy. Carl, where'd you go?
Mort! Hey, Mort! 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 Hey, Mort! Go, Mort!
This morning is going to be a good morning. I'm being joined by one of my best friends.
Steve was in my wedding. I've known him since I was in high school. We played in a band together.
You want a mini disc player, right?
I want a mini disc player.
Why is that?
Because I used to use one and it's destroyed, and I have a bunch of mini discs that I want to hear.
His broke, so we gotta find a replacement for him, and I'm hoping that a couple of my collector friends who buy and resell in electronics will have 1 or 2 of these for sale. That's because finding a buyer for a mini disc player can be pretty tough. So if you need a buyer, I'd love to give you the referral. If there's not one from a vendor at the swap meet, hopefully there'll be one from a friend. First stop actually turns out to be kind of an interesting kind of catch-all of everything, and that's because this vendor has just a bunch of chargers. When they're only a couple of bucks each, and you normally pay 10 or 15 for them online. 2 regular DS chargers, 2 3DS chargers, and a couple of these Wii remote covers that are Nintendo brand ones for the special edition ones. These are cool.
I recorded it again.
Oops. Paid 5 each for these. Not too bad. I never see the keyboards. You know, the best person I've ever seen with the keytar is Ben Fold. Have you seen him do keytar before?
50. How much for 50? Yep.
You didn't want to pay $50 for that?
I didn't know.
No.
Look at the crab. That's awesome.
Crab's alive. Look at this. Couple games. When you see Bushido and classic Japanese swordsmen on the cover, usually what I'm thinking of is that this is going to reference the game Bushido Blade. Bushido, you dingus! Back on the PlayStation 1. Bushido Blade 1 and 2 are some of my favorite games for the PS1. Can go for a few bucks, but it's not in like the $100 plus range at this point. The gameplay is really tense and really technical and really slow and clunky. That's not a negative about it. That means that you have to play strategically. You can't just mash buttons. You'll die and you'll lose the game. Bushido Blade 2 went a little more arcadey with it. What's cool about that game is you'll run around one part of the map, you'll sword fight, and then you'll go to another part of the map and you'll sword fight. I'd love to see someone put together a game like this again that's really fun. $2. Nice. Oh yes. It's like me and you. Oh. Alright, $5. You wrestling fans love your wrestling games. I know nothing about wrestling. It's just never been a sport that's appealed to me. I get why it appeals to people that love this genre and sport, but I've just never liked it. As a video game, it's a lot of fun. This one's from THQ. I don't know what engine they're using or if it's any good, but for $5, I'm gonna grab it. Steve found some comic books to add to his collection.
Got the first 4 Baldur the Brave. That's Thor's brother.
So those comic books are from the 70s and 80s?
These ones, yeah, sure. Yeah. I can't tell you exactly when. But, I mean, look at them. Yeah, Black Spider-Man, that's Amazing Spider-Man.
Check out this box of goodies that Ryan found. What'd you buy, man?
Micro Machines and Polly Pockets, this cool Game Boy case.
All in all, really cool to see this stuff pop up again. It definitely brings back a lot of memories. Did you have one of these as a kid?
No.
Look at that thing.
That's cool.
The swap meet, where all of your childhood possessions go to die. All right, enough horsing around. Finds like this don't happen all the time. This is kind of the big one.
Okay.
It's amazing to me just how valuable Pokemon just continues to be. It's a juggernaut. It's the best-selling franchise of anything I think of all time, if I'm not mistaken. So even though there's millions of copies of these games everywhere, they're still of a high value because everyone played them and everyone wants to play them again. Let's start with the first item. There's a very clean Game Boy Advance with the back cover. And this screen has a little bit of wear to it, not gonna lie. However, I think with some cleaning and everything, I can get it into pretty good fighting shape. But it's not the consoles that I'm so interested in. Look at these games. Army Men. Can you believe it had Army Men? Oh my gosh, I love Army Men. And a Game Shark. What? But here's the kicker. This is the big stuff that I was excited about. 4 Pokemon games, all originals. Nothing here is a reproduction. Pokemon Yellow with a nearly perfect label. Pokemon Gold with another very clean label. Silver version. This label has a little bit of wear, but it's not too bad. And Pokemon Blue, somewhere to the top part of the label there, but still in pretty good shape overall.
85 for everything? I'll take it.
Sold. 85 is great. She then brings out another bag and says, here, give me $5 for all this stuff. It's a charger. I think this is a link cable, card thing. I don't know what this does. These vendors are great. I see them all the time and they always hook it up. Thank you so much, you guys.
That was absolutely the find of the morning.
Yeah.
2 Game Boys and like 5 Pokemon games.
4 games, you dink.
That's score.
Wow. Okay, so I'm really uneducated about mini disc players, so I gotta do a little bit of research.
Does this thing play mini discs?
It plays big
Hey,
discs.
Steve,
Yeah.
does this play mini discs?
I don't think so.
Does that play mini discs? Does this play mini discs? Does this play mini discs? Dang it. We've got to find this man a mini disc player. What's this?
Wait a minute, did you just get a mini disc player?
We'll see.
You hooking him up?
Yeah, dude.
Oh man, are you embarrassed to be on camera a little bit?
David and his brother, longtime friends, they had an extra mini disc player. See, I told you, you'd find one here.
Wow. Okay, one last question. Does this play mini discs? Whoa. 16 track?
It reminds me of what you had back in the day.
Yeah,
It's just a bigger version of it.
the BS 1880.
We see one of my friends here who resells video games and electronics. I go over to look at the video games because Brian has a lot of awesome stuff for sale. Well, I was really excited to get these 3 games from Brian. I actually didn't have Zelda on the Wii. I sold my copy a long time ago to get it on the Wii U. I actually like the waggle controls on this game. I think it's fine. Everyone could get a copy of Wii Sports with the original cardboard tray. I'm wondering if Wii Sports in this variant is actually hard to find. I don't know that a lot of these were made because I don't know how many people were rebuying Wii Sports. So I got it just to kind of have as part of my collection because I love this series. In fact, I was just showing my daughters how to play Wii Sports Resort, and Wii Sports Club on the Wii U. I kind of liked this one the most. Something that I did not get on camera was this 3DS game, Ridge Racer 3D. Brian was selling it for such a good price, I just couldn't say no. And here's a brand new factory sealed copy of NHL Hits 2002.
So Brian just hooked it up. 20 for NES Remix, 10 for Twilight Princess, 15 for this Wii Sports Nintendo Selects variant. How much?
$10.
Hey, does this play mini discs?
I don't think so.
Oh.
There's a handful of games over there.
All right. Well, we checked out the table and not really interested. If it's from the N64 era and it's authentic, I'm interested. The 2 best Star Wars games on the N64.
What's the thing that you're gonna find on this aisle that you've been dreaming of your whole life?
I don't know. Right now, I think just a nice coffee would be great.
Wow, you're hitting it hard, I love it.
Well, it's time for Steve to go home. What'd you end up with?
Bunch of comics and tchotchke.
Heyo, for the office.
Yeah.
And you're a lifestyle consultant?
Yeah.
I'm feeling lucky. I got that Pokemon lot. I'm wondering if there's anything left at the other swap meet.
All right.
Big one, man.
$100.
There you go.
Thank you. Appreciate it. What do you got here?
I got some mini discs. They're about 22 years old or so. I used this for band practice back then, and so I've got a lot of like musical idea sketches and things. Sometimes I would sneak these into like a concert, and so like there's like a bootleg of, you know, like a cool band that's on here.
What's one of your favorite bootlegs you got?
Pinback, like 10 years before they were ever anything. But then I also have like my 21st birthday party, you know, and or a trip to an amusement park or something, you know, with friends and stuff. The strange thing I found going back and listening to this stuff is how upsetting it was. Like, it wasn't this like joyful reunion that I kind of was thinking it might be. It was really upsetting to like come back in contact with a friend of mine that I lost. You know, he passed away, and he was super real there. You can hear the mannerisms of his voice that you forgot he had, you know. But number two, like, it was also strange to hear myself, because I didn't recognize myself anymore. I'm a different person. And it's strange to hear friends that I didn't remember anymore, or songs that I'd completely forgotten I'd written. You know, it accesses the strange part of your brain that you kind of went dormant. And now it's back, and like, you really see the difference between where you are now and where you were then, and like, you don't even really recognize that person so much anymore. And it was really strange. And so I had to sit with that for like a week, where it wasn't sad, but it was pretty close to sad, you know? You're kind of standing at this gulf of time, you know, where you can really feel that, the distance from, I didn't think I was that far away from college or from high school or those people, but like, no, I'm very far away from it. And you could really viscerally feel that. Some of them I will put onto MP3. Most of them will stay where they are. I mean, most of them are musical sketches that, instead of throwing them in the trash, I'm just going to put them on a shelf, you know, because they're too good to throw away, but too bad to make into anything.